Shalom, and you're now locked in here at Israelite Talk TV, where you get nothing but the raw and the real whenever I'm in front of the camera. So make sure y'all show the page some love, like, subscribe, and share.
So the Doomsday plane just landed in Washington, D.C. today. We might be cooked. If you didn't already know, this is the Boeing Doomsday, and the sole purpose of this plane is if America's getting nuked, it allows the president to go up in the air and essentially run the country from up there so he doesn't get killed on the ground. The last time this plane was actually used was 9/11. World War III might be here, folks, and you know you're cooked when you open TikTok and the sports edit pages are posting military edits. Kind of tough there.
The bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima had a yield of just 15 kilotons of TNT, whereas today's nuclear warheads range in size from 100 kilotons to over 1 megaton. A single nuclear weapon today could kill millions in just minutes. Just one of these nuclear bombs would vaporize everything at its core: people, buildings, life itself.
What is...
Family, coming to you guys with an emergency update, right? Okay. Trump is about to kill millions of people, man. Millions of people, man. And people better get ready, because it's getting ready to happen, and it's getting ready to happen fast. Let me break this stuff down to you guys, because I don't know what is going on in Black America, right? All of this bullshit that's being posted that people are talking about, these channels better start talking about this war and shit that's going on over here in Iran with the fake nation Israel over here, because we know they're not the people of the book, right? But this shit is getting ready to bring the whole world down, right? And people may say, well, that's on Israel and Iran. That ain't got nothing to do with us. Yes, it do. And let me break this down and explain it to you so you guys can understand how this is getting ready to affect, especially America, first and foremost. But it's also getting ready to affect everybody around the world, okay? And I'm getting ready to explain to you what these guys are getting ready to do. They're getting ready to use nuclear weapons, and they're getting ready to start bombing shit over there in Iran, Russia, and possibly China, okay? Now, let me break this down to the people here in America, okay? And let me explain this to you. When you go back, now regardless if you like Kanye West, which changed his name to Ye, right? I want to break something down for you so that you guys can understand something. I think it was a couple years ago where he went at the Jews, right? Remember when he lost the contract with Adidas and all of this shit was going on with him with the banks? At that time, Kanye West was worth $8 billion, right? So what they did was they wrote him a check for $8 million and gave it to him and said, you got to get your money out of our banks, okay? Now, what's the significance of this? What y'all got to understand is that these Jews own all of the banks. So it's basically a form of robbing them, taking his shit, because where the hell is he going to take that $8 billion check and put it in what bank? It ain't like it's not like a regular check that somebody like us will go cash a $300, $400 check where you can go to the bar here or whatever and people cash it. You know, unless he took it overseas or something like that, they basically just robbed him, because who's going to take that money and put it in a bank? Because the Jews own all of the banks. This is the problem with the rich, okay? When people get rich, why do you think that you see all of our black elite, whether you like them or not? You know what I'm saying? It's like the stuff with P. Diddy. That's why I say free P. Diddy, because they're not locking them up on shit that they're actually doing. It's just like people said he had something to do with Kim Porter murder. He wasn't arrested for that. They say he had something to do with Tupac murder. He wasn't arrested for that. They got him on some trumped up shit about Jane Doe and all of this shit, right? And the whole purpose of these RICOs is to take their money, because they know that if they charge them on those type of cases, they could pay a lawyer and they could beat those cases. So this is why they hit them with the RICOs and the rape and all of this other shit tested, because now their lawyers are going to make money, and they're going to be settlements and all of this shit. They get more money out of it. Okay. So getting back to what I'm saying with Ye, Adidas dropped them. Okay. When you look at the Nick Cannons and all of these people who they made come on TV and apologize, it's because people say, well, anything the Jews say, it's because they own every fucking thing. The entertainment business is owned by the Jews. The same people that own Universal Music, that put out all of this death and destruction and shit, is the same people that's all in Congress telling Trump, press play over there, drop the bombs, do all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So all of these people, they own all of this shit. They own the banks. They own all of the clothing industry. All of this shit they own the shit. This is how they beat everybody into subjection whenever you say something about them. Oh, you're anti-Semitic and da-da-da-da, because they own all this shit. So they getting their ass smashed over there by Iran. Billions and billions of destruction going on over there. They done took out all their critical infrastructure, oil, refineries, electrical. They just hit their trade center yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It's big. They crushing that shit over there. You know what I'm saying? So this is why the United States sends all this money over there, because they own all this shit. They own Congress, everything. So when that shit fall in the Middle East, this shit gonna fall. That's the top. That's the top of everything. Well, that ain't got nothing to do. Yes, the fuck it do. They own all of this shit, the YouTube and all of this shit. This is how they're able to beat you into subjection and say, well, you better not say that, because they own the shit. Grasp. So when that shit fall over there, all of this shit gonna fall. Okay? Grasp. Okay? So it do affect people in America. And that shit is gonna fall. It's already falling. So family, let me explain to you guys what's going on here. Logical sense, man. The Doomsday plane has landed in DC. That means that these motherfuckers is going nuclear over there, right? To a lot of people overseas, and I hope, if y'all got contacts overseas, send this shit to them. We've been dealing with these Europeans over here for you. We know how they operate. They bona fide liars. This is what these motherfuckers is doing. Now, World War III started in the Ukraine and Russia war. It's been started. Okay? It started when that war started. World War III started. The people that's in the military and Congress, this is what y'all gotta understand. Trump ain't stopping shit, draining the swamp. And that's all theater. He got to do what the fuck them people tell him to do. The Congress, the senators, all these people remain through these different presidents. The same people that's in play now was in play when Biden was just in office. So all they're doing is just changing the face and playing these games. Now, do you guys notice, right? Pay attention now, detail. Whenever it comes to the Ukraine-Russia war, Trump like, oh, y'all stupid and this and that, and NATO, this y'all war. We ain't got nothing to do with it, da 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 da. And me and Putin, and why you think everybody in the media like, why is Trump acting like him? And it's a deployed tactic so that they could backdoor Russia. Grasp. All of these motherfuckers is together. France, the UK, all of them together. Trump trying to act like, well, I ain't got nothing to do with it. This y'all war. So whenever something comes up in Ukraine, you see how France and the UK and all of them are going back and forth with Russia and all of this shit. And what did Putin just tell them? I believe it was like last week. He said, if nuclear war break out, y'all gonna be the first motherfuckers to get hit. Y'all gonna be first. Okay? Trump trying to act like, oh, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Now, when Hamas set this shit off, right? Listen, when Hamas set this shit off to Israel, right? The fake nation of Israel, okay? They started that shit. They set it off. Boom. So then you had Hamas and Hezbollah hitting Israel from both sides, breaking it down, like hitting the body, softening it up. Boom, 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 boom. And they know that the United States, this is the apple of their eye, right? So you notice how the United States talks all this shit about Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, and all of this shit. But when you look at the UK and France, they say, well, we condemn that and they shouldn't be, but they're all together. So what they're doing is they're trying to use psychological warfare like they're not really together, but they are together. What they're getting ready to do, right, is if they're saying that Iran does that, well, hold on. This is why they're going at Iran. It has nothing to do about a nuclear weapon. They know that Iran is supplying Russia with the drones because their whole thing is to break Russia. But they know Russia is being supplied by Iran with drones and possibly missiles to fight NATO. Russia is going against NATO. All they ask. Iran is also supplying the resistance with missiles or technology, whatever the case may be, to fight them. So they're like, okay, we got to go up into Iran, right? Because they're not going to directly threaten China and Russia. So what they're doing is we're going to go at Iran, because if they can hit Iran and remove the Ayatollahs and do a regime change and put a puppet president or king or a ruler in there, then they can set up camp around Russia and China. Y'all got to remember, you got China, Russia, and Iran is all right there. So what these motherfuckers is getting ready to do, they know that Russia is backing Iran up. They know this. China too. If they're saying that Iran doesn't have a bomb, what the fuck is the Doomsday plane doing in DC? That means that either Russia or North Korea can hit the United States, and Putin already told them if they pull it, y'all not getting away. We can touch y'all taco in the United States. So what Trump's stupid ass is getting ready to do, and I believe when they go to hit Iran, it's going to be simultaneously that they're going to probably hit Russia too with a nuke, because what y'all got to understand is Russia done destroyed Ukraine. What else do they got to lose but launch nuclear warheads into Russia? Ukraine is already destroyed. So I believe when this attack comes, NATO, the UK, France, and all of them are going to possibly try to nuke Russia to get Russia off guard so Russia can't help Ukraine, and they're going to bomb Iran also. They don't care. All of that shit is right there. That's why Trump just said, I just had to just bomb all of this shit. Trump is not a politician. He's a businessman. And this is why he's got the Doomsday plane there. This is why they're talking about nuclear war. This is why the message went out, because they know when they set that shit off, it's a possibility that Russia, well, if they strike Russia with a nuclear weapon, they hitting this motherfucker. North Korea can hit this motherfucker. They don't got that Doomsday plane there for no fucking Iran. They already know what's up with Iran. And if my memory serves me right, Iran said they got shit that's stronger than nuclear weapons. So this is probably why they like, we don't have nuclear weapons. They said, one of their generals, and I gotta find the clip, so we got shit that's bigger than a fucking nuclear weapon. You see what I'm saying? So what y'all gotta understand is that the shit is gonna happen. Why is it gonna happen? Because war costs. Who pays the tab when the war is over? The loser. So this is why Ukraine would never surrender to Russia, because look at all of the damage that they sustained. Somebody gotta pay for that shit. Look at modern day, what they call Israel and Palestine. Iran done shut that shit down. And they reeling them in, and they're gonna do it because, family, listen. Remember, Iran shot all those salvos, but they don't have to do it. And they're not going to do it because they know they're going against the United States. They got missile launcher cities all around Iran. They're not finna give out where the fuck all of they shit is at. This is why they're just using precision missiles, because they don't have to fire that many, and they can still touch their taco and hit the targets that they need to hit. You know what I'm saying? So they don't know where all of this shit is positioned at in Iran, and they're going to find out when they strike Iran. Iran might simultaneously hit all of their shit at one fucking time. They talking about, and then Putin came out yesterday and told these motherfuckers, like, they ain't destroyed those missile cities. That shit still, all that. We took out Iran, this and that. It's a fucking lie. They ain't took out shit. Putin said that shit working. That shit working down there. They ain't destroyed shit. And this is why the military guy for Iran said, we're going to use 5% of our shit. So they have to go to war, because if they, listen, family, if they say, okay, we're not going to war, right? Let's just have a ceasefire. Israel, you lost. The fake nation of Israel, because we know they not the people of the book. This is why they getting their ass spanked. You know what I'm saying? And it's in the Bible. It's written. This war is them. Them are the motherfuckers that's trying to steal all the land and all of this shit. This is them. They finna get they ass fucked up. They already fucked up over there. Okay? Trump ass is going all the way. What they're trying to figure out. This is why they questioned them. Well, what did Russia say? Well, what did China say? Iranian guy just tiptoed past that. We really ain't got we ain't even got to speak about that, man. Y'all need to. So, family, the shit is going down. They have no choice. If the Israelis surrender at this point, look at all the millions and billions of dollars that they lost, that they're gonna have to eat. They're not gonna do that. They rather nuke that shit because they feel like if we nuke them, Iran, Russia, and China is all right there. Just bomb that shit. They think they can get away because we all the way over there, but Russia said no. If y'all pull it, we bombing that shit. So what you guys got to understand, y'all better make sure that y'all not around any type of critical infrastructure. Because that's the shit that they're going to take out first. Okay? They don't have that Doomsday plane in DC for nothing. They know that once they launch that attack, that shit going to get deadly. And it ain't just going to be over there. Because if they fire those nukes over there, you better know North Korea and Russia is going to hit the United States. So get ready.